Hi everyone, Dan here from the ProPhoto team. In this video, I am going to introduce you to the ProPhoto 7 Visual Builder. We'll briefly cover all of the main tools found in the Visual Builder and show you at a high level how things work. For most of the items shown in this video, we have more in-depth guides on our site, so don't worry if you don't understand something right away or need more information. You can always look or search on our help site for more info about the items in the video. Now this video does assume you've already got ProPhoto 7 installed, so if that is not the case, you'll want to pause the video here and locate the installation guide on our support site to take care of that first. Once ProPhoto 7 is running on your site, the first thing you'll want to do is select which design you want to begin customizing, and you'll do this by going to the Manage Designs area of ProPhoto. In this area, you have three options for selecting a design. First, you can import over a ProPhoto 6 design, assuming you were using ProPhoto 6. Second, you can upload an add-on ProPhoto design purchased from our store. And third, you can utilize one of the 8 free included designs that come with ProPhoto 7. Be aware that you can create as many designs as you'd like, and you can save and switch between them at any point. So in lots of cases, we recommend just starting out with the test design so that you can play around with ProPhoto for a bit and get used to it. After you've got your design selected, you can access the Visual Builder in one of two ways. You can either select Customize underneath ProPhoto in the sidebar, or you can view the site directly on the front end and click the Customize link up at the top of the site. And this is what makes ProPhoto 7 so great. You can view the site directly as you make changes to it. Alright, so now that we're in the Visual Builder, let's take a tour. Starting up at the top, the first option you'll see is a Pages dropdown. This dropdown allows you to pull up any other WordPress page of your site in the Visual Builder so you can see what it looks like and customize the layout applied to that page. Now it is important to note that what you will be customizing here in the Visual Builder are the ProPhoto layouts that are applied to your posts and pages. You won't be customizing the actual WordPress pages themselves. I know that probably sounds a little confusing, but we have another great video in the Getting Started section of our P7 tutorial guides that helps explain how WordPress and ProPhoto work together and the difference between WordPress pages and ProPhoto layouts. So once this video is over, it would definitely be worth your time to check that one out. Okay, so after the Pages dropdown, we have the View Mode dropdown, which allows you to see what your site will look like on different devices. While you are customizing, it is a really good idea to use this option every so often, just to make sure you've got everything looking how you want on all devices. Because ProPhoto is fully responsive, your site will automatically resize and realign for all devices. So in most cases, things should look great on all the devices. But if you want, ProPhoto does provide options for customizing your site for specific devices, which we'll get to in just a bit. The X-ray mode option here is a nice way to see all of the blocks, rows, columns, and modules of your layout as you're customizing, even those that may be hidden on different device types. So if you had, for example, 2 different logos, one for desktop and laptop, and another for tablet and phone, switching to X-ray mode would show you both logos. That way you're not having to switch back and forth in view mode all the time. The exit option allows you to navigate back to the WordPress dashboard if you'd like, as well as view the page on the front of the site. We provide undo and redo buttons to help make things a little easier for you as you're customizing. And then last is the save button. You'll definitely want to make sure you click that periodically as you're working. The nice thing though is that if you accidentally close out of the Visual Builder before saving, your browser will pop up a warning message asking if you want to save first. So that is all the options in the top bar of the Visual Builder. Moving on to the sidebar options, the first area is the Layouts area. Now as mentioned before, layouts are what you are actually customizing in the ProPhoto Visual Builder. And the layout you are customizing is noted in the little gray tab at the top when you hover on your layout. The Layouts area here in the sidebar is where you can go to create new layouts, copy layouts, delete layouts, and apply layouts to different pages and page types. So for example, I could create a new layout titled All Pages and assign that layout to all my WordPress pages. Or I could create a layout for a specific page, say About Page layout, and then apply that to my About page. Just be aware that you don't create new WordPress pages in this area. That needs to be done in WordPress. And again, after this video, it would be a very good idea to check out the video in our tutorial guide. It's called How ProPhoto and WordPress Work Together. Moving on, the next section in the sidebar is the blocks area, and blocks are what you use to build the layouts in ProPhoto. In the Visual Builder, when you are working, blocks are the items that are highlighted in gray or green here. Over in the blocks library area, you'll see all blocks listed, and they are separated by blocks already in the layout you're customizing and blocks not in the layout. And they're all listed alphabetically. For each block, you'll see a little green number bubble that shows you how many layouts that particular block is used in. And if you hover on it, it will show you the names of those layouts. If you want to create a new block, just click the Add Block button and then title it appropriately. And then last, to add any block to your layout, simply click and drag it over into the layout. Next are elements, and these are the bits of content that you put inside of your blocks to display things like galleries, images, text, etc. There are menus, which you can create here, add menu links to, and so on. We have tiles, which if you were a ProPhoto 6 user, you'll remember as buttons. The tiles feature is basically like a mini Photoshop inside of ProPhoto that you can use to create layered graphics using text, image, and shape layers. For example, this blog graphic icon. To display in your layout, just click and drag. Next are galleries, where you can create both galleries of images and gallery styles, which get applied to the galleries and control how they display. You can click drag your galleries here right into your layout. And then there are grids, where you can create new grid styles and click drag a grid into the layout and customize however you'd like. Down in the modules area, you can see there are a number of different options available, like text, graphic, video, widget, etc. We have individual guides for all of these in our help site so that you can learn more about them. But to use, again, you'll just click and drag over. Like for example, we bring over a text module and start typing directly into it. Back to the sidebar, the fourth option is the font styles library. This is where you edit existing font styles and create new ones that you want used throughout your site. In this area, you can also apply default font styles that get used throughout all your layouts, so that way you don't have to set fonts every time you add a new module. You can just override a font style within a module only when desired. In the last area, the settings area, this is where all global settings for your entire design are made. So these include things like social media settings and integration, tying your site into an analytics account, SEO settings, custom code if you have any of that, and so on. That's it then for the sidebar area of the Visual Builder. Last, just some quick information about the layout customization area itself. If you hover on a block and it's gray, that means the block is used in multiple layouts and is locked by default. So if you click the unlock button to make a change, you need to make a decision whether any changes you make to the block affect the block everywhere it is used, or make the block unique, which means any changes you make will apply to the block only in the layout you're working in, but nowhere else. And if a block is green, it means that the block is used only in the layout you're seeing. To edit a block, click the gear icon. You'll see all sorts of appearance options for the block, like background colors and images, padding. And again, the cool thing about the Visual Builder is as you're making changes, you see them happen directly on the site. In the Structure tab of the block customizations, here you can add new rows and columns to your block and use the arrows to change widths. And then back in the Appearance area, you can also click on rows columns to change their appearance as well. The other options for blocks are arrows to move a block up and down, a copy button if you want to make a unique copy of the block to use again elsewhere, and then a delete option if you want to remove the block from the layout you're customizing. As for editing the modules within a block, you simply click to edit. If it's a text widget, just click right on the text and start typing or editing. If you click the module's gear icon, you'll see a pop-up with some styling options. Like for the text module here, spacing, font styles, animations. Same with the graphics module. I click to edit and I get a pop-up of options. And for a lot of the modules, any corresponding element will appear in the left sidebar when you click on it. For example, I click to edit the menu module and the menu structure itself appears automatically in the sidebar. Also, a quick note, the settings override options. If you want to modify how a block, row, column, or module appears on different devices, you can click on that device icon in the settings override area. And then you can make overrides that will apply only to that device. So that's it, an overview of the Visual Builder, the options available and how to use them at a high level. As mentioned before, we have in-depth guides for just about everything that was shown in this video, so feel free to browse and search the P7 section of our support guides for any more information. And as always, you can contact us directly using the link on our site if you have any questions. Thanks so much.